Welcome back to the Opal Dungeon. We just got a package. It's what I've been looking forward to. I'm missing a package from Blacklighters. I've said positive stuff when there's positive stuff. Here's something negative. Almost a month ago, I ordered stuff from Blacklighters, an auction. 2 auctions in the same week. Paid for both of them the day I got the invoice. The first one I received several weeks ago. Never received the second one. So I sent a message out. Hey, do you have tracking on this package? I never received it. A couple days went by and I asked another question. And they finally replied, sorry, we forgot to ship it. We didn't realize you'd paid for it. So I don't have that rough yet. I had mentioned that I had a 100 carat handy one that I was going to do a video on. But, oh well, stuff happens, I guess. But I paid them hundreds of dollars for a parcel that they forgot to ship. Anyway, this one right here is a different Facebook Live that I like. So this is actually probably my current favorite Facebook Live auction. Lee Brereton, Brer Opals. My opinion is he probably has the highest quality for the best prices. It's not cheap. A lot of it's not cheap. There is some stuff that's less expensive, but I think there's really good value. Some really high quality stuff to cut. And super nice guy. I like the way he runs his auctions. They're pretty quick moving and not a lot of, delays or anything like that. So I enjoy them. Let's look and see what I bought from Lee. I bought, I think, 2 or 3 things from the auction, and I hung on. His auctions, the hard thing for me is that they come out at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I happened to hang on to this auction just trying to get like one. I was like, well, I'm paying for shipping. I'd like to get one more good piece, and I kept, messaging him, hey, do you got anything? Another large piece of, another nice large piece of Coober, and he brought out several that I tried to get, and just the lag was so bad that I had like probably 30 seconds lag, so there was no way to win them. Well, I reached out to him, or he reached out to me, one or the other, and he said, hey, let me send you a couple here that I might have that you might be interested in. He sent me 2 pieces, and the one, I was like, yeah, I definitely want that one. How much do you want for it? And he said, well, how about, since you had some issues on the auction, I give you both of them at this price. And I said, yeah. The second one, I wasn't sure I wanted because I could tell it had an angled color bar. But we're going to look at it, and after looking at the video a few times after I told him I'd buy it, I was like, it might be the better piece, but let's look and see what we got to cut, what I got from Lee, and I'm telling you, that's I hate to say this because if I send 100 people that direction, good for him, prices go up for me, but hey, Lee Brereton, Brer Opals, I like him. As far as the Facebook Lives, currently he's my favorite as far as getting good quality for your money. I've tried not to show the shipping information on it. Some people are sticky. Oh, look. What is this? There's a coin of some sort in there. 2022 Great Aussie Icon Opal $1 coin, Coober Petey. Ah, look at that. Send me a little gift. That's cool, man. Thanks, Lee. I don't know if you'll ever see this. I don't know if he watches my videos, but look at that. A little $1 coin. That's cool. Let's see if that's everything in. Oh, there's one more. One more. Okay, so these are obviously heavy-duty packaged. Let me open them so you don't have to sit there and watch me struggle opening them, and then I'll come right back and we'll look at, see. Looks like I got 4 pieces here. I'm pretty sure the 2 are the 2 that I bought outside the auction and 2 that I bought inside the auction. All right, let's look at these. We have the 2 auction items here and here. That's one I bought outside the auction. That's one from inside the auction. That's one from inside the auction, outside the auction. So we'll look at the 2 auction items first. When I bought these ones, I saw them wet on the auction. $75 it looks like for each one of these. And so there's a color bar running this way on there. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That is going to be interesting. Anyway, there's one, 75. I like the color on that one, but it's got an interesting color bar. See what I'm saying? It's right here going this way. It's right here going this way. And it's not here at all, but there's a skin on that. So that'll be an interesting one to cut. We got this one for 75. Get her wet so you can see it as I would have seen it. Okay. All right, I remember this one. This one is going to be interesting. Ooh. I like the colors in this. Look at this. Look at the colors in it. But let me see if I can show you. That's another tough cut. $75, good thick color bar, good colors, but they're tough cuts. They're not going to be easy cuts. Okay, and then let's look at the two. So I have not yet seen these ones wet because he showed them to me. Oops, floating away. He showed them to me dry, which is good. You got that one. We'll cut one of these today. And you'll see what I mean by how I immediately liked the one, but wasn't immediately interested in the other one. So this is I think the straightforward one. Looks like a crystally green color bar coming all the way around. Both of these are over 20 carats. You can see right there the color coming up through the face. Really bright hits right there. So this one looks like a fairly straightforward cut. Nice big bright color bar, large piece. And then there's this one. So look at oh wow. Again, I looked at this one, but what I noticed on it, dry, was that the color bar's angled here. So I think what we'll have is it greatly reduces. I mean, if it was a flat color bar, we'd be looking at a large oval here probably. We're still going to get a decent size. We'll probably get something around 5 carats would be my guess. Thick color bar comes through here, but basically this right here has to come off, and this bottom comes off, and we end up with something interesting. I think we'll cut that one for the challenge. That one will be interesting. Let's see what we can make out of that one. We can go weigh it, but I know it's 21 or 22 carats. I'll go check though. All right, we'll just check real quick, see what we're starting with. 22 carats. Pretty good chunk. I think we get a good opal out of this, over 5 carats. I think we'll be in good shape. Let's go fire it up and start. Here we go. This is what we got. So a little bit of color coming through that face, through the skin. We've always got an angled color bar. There's a little bit right here that we'll probably have to lose. So, how do we approach this one? That's the difficult thing. Almost going from the top to see where that color bar lies and work the bottom from what we see on the top. Start taking that sand off. That sand doesn't go too deep. Crystal on what we have, but there's a lot of sand. There's a lot of sand to deal with here. If the sand comes out, we'll have probably a 2-sided crystal by the end of this. Keep in mind our color bar is running here. It's not flat here. Our stone is going to be somewhere in this area here, top and bottom, and reverse that possibly. I think what we want to do is go get my light, my torch, and look into this to see how bad this sand is inside. Let me show you what we can see here. So our stone is probably sitting right here. The color bar we're going to be able to use is right here. With this is the top or this is the bottom. It would be crystal. All this stuff that you see right here on the top, all that sand, that all probably comes out, but you look right here, see that blob that's right there inside it, right inside of it? Right there you can see it good. That one is our killer. That one's right in the middle of that color bar. Right in the middle, takes away a lot of our thickness. So that makes it tough to get something out of this one. See the problems we have here. So we're cleaner from this side. Well, you see sand in there. Oh. Yeah, there's sand in there. Sand all through it. Well, let's see what we can do. So I think I'm going to take this down like this is our face. Doesn't start till here, but we're into some color there. Starting to come through there. I don't like how thin it's getting, and it's so crystal that every bit of that sand's going to show wherever we leave it. Yeah, sand is going to be tough on this one. This is really the only clean area, but it's so translucent you can see the sand clear through from this side. Looking almost like it's going to have to be a doublet to pull any color out of it. Light sand and dark sand. I'm going to pull this and look at it. All right. So we have a beautiful crystal here that is clear as shot, full of sand. Do we have a stone someplace is the question. It obviously faces better from the side than from the top, but maybe that's, I don't know, that's pretty bright. Almost need to pause on this one and think about it, but I don't see. There's a little bit up here in this tip right here that's clean as sand, or mostly clean as sand, but that's all sand right there. That's all sand right there. About the only way you might be able to do something with this would be to back it with black so that the sand, so that it wasn't see-through and the sand might disappear. All right, well, time for some input. What do you guys think we should do with this stone? Where can we get a stone out of it? We could get a little stone somewhere up in there. You know, we get about a carat right up in there. Possibly another one right there. But the sand is just killing us. I think what we might do while I think about that one is cut this one. No less challenging, although hopefully less sand to deal with, but the colors appear to be amazing. This is probably somewhere around 10, 12 carats, my guess. I don't remember what it was. This all right here, this all goes away. Nothing here, no color there. Got sand going in there, possibly. But their stone would be hopefully a nice big bright stone right there. Somewhere around 2 or 3 carats. Let's go cut this one while we think about the other one. Hopefully we'll come out of this video with a good stone. Okay. 17 carats, bigger than I thought, but like I said, most of this, about 5 carats at least right here, has got to come off the top to start with, so we'll go start with that. All right, let's see. We don't think there's any color in that, so we can start going through it. Kind of hog it off and check it. There's a little color peeking in right there. We're hoping that's just from the main color bar. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing here. So that last piece I paid roughly $100 for it. This piece right here I paid $75. For my money, the middle grade stuff like that, pay between, say $50 and $150 to $200 for a piece that cuts well. I think is better than a bunch of cheap, low quality stuff. So just for me, let's chase our color bar here around, see what we got, especially right here. But we obviously got some issues there. So I think we're hoping that we could actually peek into the top of this. No reason why we should have to wait. I'm assuming that this is going to be the top. Color's starting to come through this side. I don't want to take anything off that I might end up needing. So I'm just being real cautious here. Need that color to get brighter on this side. Right now we're brighter on this side. Looking like another crystal piece though. I'm acting like this is going to be the top, so I'm kind of trying to leave as much dome on it as possible while I'm working it. Well, it might not end up being it. I've had some of you make a good comment that some of my early decisions on stuff I take off kind of makes a smaller stone in the end that I might have could have got otherwise. Yep, not every decision I make is the right one. That's for sure. Just do the best you can. Oh, I have an announcement. So I have received some really cool material from Tommy at Opal's. I'm going to be part of his journey to 10,000. I'm going to be cutting some of the material that he bought with that money, and we're going to see what we can do to increase the money. All that money is going to go to some charitable somebody that we haven't. I mean, he hasn't determined. It's not on me, but he was kind enough to let me have a small part in that while he's doing it. And probably the next video I put out will be looking at the material he sent me and seeing what we can do with it to try and increase its value to help him get to 10,000. I need to pause here and go show you this stone where we're at right now. I just don't get good light out here. I decided to get smart, and instead of going inside to where the light is, I brought that other light out here. So this is what we're looking at. Look at the potential here. If we can get the sand out of this one, woo, we got a nice one. It's just saturated with color. Let's keep working it slow and see what we end up with. I'm trying to keep the camera right there where it's at to give you guys the best. Ooh, see this right here that I'm seeing? See that dark spot right there? That is that right there, and that's going to go all the way through there. So that spot, that sand right there is probably not coming out. That's what that indicates right there, is that could be deep. So what we're hoping is that this one right here comes out to give us the other half of this. We can find that out here pretty quick. Come on, come out of there. Or we could look at it with the torch. So we're looking like, I don't know, man. You see when we see this right here, this one right here is clearly deep. We have to hope that that one's not. That's the center of what we hope is our stone. Sorry, I was taking a picture of it. Let me look at it with the torch. Kevin. Oh, there's a crack right there we didn't see. Right there. There's a crack. But it looks like that one in the center has a chance of coming out. That one's clearly not. That whole thing right there, you can see that shadow? That's all sand on that corner. You lose that whole thing for sure. See what we get from this side. this is cleaner on this side, but we get so thin by the time we get down through this sand here, it doesn't really do us any good to have a stone that big because we don't have, it's too thin to back it. See if that will come out, because if it doesn't, we have to do something. We have to split this stone if it doesn't. Most of it is out. It's cloudy there, but I think that's indicating that it might come out. The question is, are we better off trying to get two stones? One here, because this has got to come into here. That is our face that we want. I think that has to come off. That whole thing right there we know has to come off. What to do? Part of me wants to split this and get two stones because of the thickness. I don't know that we have the thickness here to, even if we make an oval like that big, going to be a thin one because of this. Two smaller stones would be probably plenty thick enough for two smaller stones, but I think the center comes clear and we could get that bigger stone. It's all very uniform color, but if this doesn't come out and it goes back to sand and we've wasted that, I don't think that's what's going to happen there. Hard to know. This is what I decided to do. Calibrated oval. And I might go for double-sided, which would allow me to dome the other side to mitigate some of this here. We will see. Right or wrong, we know that all of this right here has to go away. We're sacrificing that corner right there. That could be something else if I did a stone here and a stone there. That's what we're going to do. You can yell at me, tell me it was the wrong thing. You're probably not wrong. That sand right there coming up through. We knew that had to all go away. Oh, look at that, just crumble off. We knew that was rotten. Hope it gets the good clean material right here. This piece right here is the one that I'm sacrificing that could have been useful if I'd have cut two stones. All right. If we cut this just from the other side, look at that right there. I wonder if we cut this from this other side. There's a crack right there that goes back into there. Oh, there's a crack right there. Look at that. easy decisions here today. See that right there is a crack. So that's a crack right there. We can't make the stone we wanted to. That right there, that much has to go away. I don't know if that would have been in the middle of one of the stones that I was hoping to cut. I don't know. But that's going to reduce by about 1/3 what we were hoping to get, which means I probably should have done 2. See that crack? Nothing you can do about it. It's got to come out. Got a little bit left. Almost gone. We hope. Still hanging on. Did it just come out? I think it just finally came out right there. We're going to get something about like that. We're not going to go for a super high dome on this because of the thinness, but we will get a dome. There's your first look at the clean face. I think we're ready for the next wheel. Alright. We're going to get a little bit of a dome here, so we'll start working a little bit more on that. How about that color? Come on, focus camera. Struggling to focus on it. It's beautiful, color on color. It's all the way through. It's 3D. It's not big. It's not pinfire, but it's small, flagstone, floral, green, blue. Boy, it's just not focusing. Come on, baby. There we go. Keep working her down. There's even some red in there occasionally. I think if it was out in sunlight, you'd probably see more red. Ready for the next wheel? Usually by the time you get to here, you can take a breath, take a sigh. Just going to give it a little pre-polish here on this 1200 grit. It's probably more like 2000 grit because it's about to the end of its useful life. I'm just making sure that all the scratches from the previous two wheels are out now. It doesn't take much. Gotta love that one. Little cerium oxide on a felt pad to finish us off. We ended up with a medium dome on this one. Alright, well, we still have a pin in this one. Obviously we have some beautiful color here. What to do about it? I'm not sure because of the sand. So we're going to wait and think about that one. This one, we started out with what, 17 and ended up with 2.3. I don't know. If I'd have cut 2, I probably would have got more like, who knows what would have happened. I don't know, that crack where it was, it might have split one of them right in half and I'd end up with less. But we paid $75 for that piece of rough. Again, Lee Brereington, Rare Opals, Facebook Lives. I like the quality of the stuff that he has. I like the way he does his auctions. And he seems like a nice guy. And look, he gave me a little bonus deal here. Little Opal coin. I'll do some research into that. But there's nothing to not like about that stone. It's just, there is no directionality to it. You're going to see color no matter where you face it. It doesn't have the biggest flags in the flagstone. From the sides, it's probably a little bit better on the flagstone. Directly on it's a little bit closer to pinfire, but I wouldn't call it pinfire. I'd call it flagstone. I would call it floral. I would call it green, blue, some red occasionally. I would call it a beautiful 2-carat stone. And I'll be honest with you, I've been cutting a lot of bigger 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carat stones lately, and that's not a bad thing, but this to me is a perfect size for a ring stone. It's getting on the bigger size of a ring stone, 2 carats. Start getting over 3, and I think you're getting pretty big for a ring. So this is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, we might have, let's see here. We got something here that, okay, it's going to be too big for that one. But another one of these right here. Look at that. If I have another one of these rings, that'll be a perfect little. I'm going to pull this one out because this one ended up showing a sand spot, but that's another day. To me, that's a perfect ring stone. What do you think? What's your favorite size in a ring stone? And $75 for that one. I think we're easily $100 a carat into this one. But you tell me, what do you think? And I almost went 2-sided, but I decided it wasn't worth the risk to try and get that out. We might go too deep and lose too much of the thickness. And in the end, what good is a 2-sided stone in a ring? It serves no purpose. It probably was 2.5 carats before I started speculating on whether I could go 2-sided, because this is actually, honestly, the color on this side, the flagstones are bigger. That's probably the better side. But that's not a complaint. That's just to say that the color from this side is a little bit smaller flecks. Just goes you to show that what size you face it from makes a difference. And that one right there scared me enough. I didn't want to go any deeper trying to chase that color on that side. Thanks for watching. If you haven't, like and subscribe. We've got these other cool stones to cut. This one to finish, another $75 interesting stone. And check out Lee's stuff on Facebook. And stay tuned for the Opals update for the material I have from him to cut.